It's great seeing you here for Devos. All right, all this week, we are looking here at Soul Winning 101. Okay, so anybody can grasp this, but you have to have a heart for this. Listen, Good Friday is this week. So every day I want you to ask God to place a burden on your heart of who you could bring to Jesus. Now, the Bible tells us that you are God's watchmen. I talked about that on Sunday. They're from Ezekiel. God says, now, if I give you the warning, and I've laid it out what's going to happen to these people, God says, I expect you to give it to these non-Christian people. And he goes, and if you don't, then their blood is going to be on your hands. So look here in Ezekiel 3:17. He goes, I made you a watchman for the house of Israel. Whoever hears a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me. And if I say to the wicked, you shall surely die. And you give him no warning, nor speak to warn the wicked of his wicked way, in order to save his life. That wicked person shall die in his iniquity or sin, but his blood will I require at your hand. Meaning, we play a responsibility in this. A lot of people will go to hell because we just didn't care. Okay, now, the Bible's clear about this. Now, okay, so will their blood be on your hands? Let me ask you, do you know somebody like this? You should be sharing and you're not. Okay, the way you store up treasure in heaven is to get people. Get them there. Get them to heaven. We talk about treasure. Greatest treasure you have in heaven is lost souls. They come to know the Lord. I have people every so often. They'll come to me and say, when I die, would you be sure this one thing goes in my coffin with me? Okay, I'm telling you, it makes me mad. I go, what? I go, what do you mean? Like, they think there's going to be some sort of coffin. Well, I mean, if they're in the grave, maybe. Okay, but let me tell you, when you die, go to heaven or you go to hell. Okay, so we're going to leave everything behind, except you can take your family members, your friends, your neighbors, coworkers, people that you care about. People are supposed to be your friends and you're supposed to love them. You want them going to heaven with you. Greatest thing you could do. Look at Daniel 12:3. Okay, now those who are wise, they're going to shine as the brightness of the sky above. Those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Wow. The Bible says you're going to be like a glowworm if you bring people to Jesus. Now, it does not, most of the people you talk to, you're not going to bring them. But I believe a lot of those people are going to be saved in another season by other people, because sometimes it takes time, but you played a part in it. But every time you try to turn people to righteousness, you're a walking billboard for the Lord. You just make it loud and clear who you are and that you love God and everything about salvation, that you're going to be rewarded for all eternity. Okay, my one ambition in life is to win as many people possible. Listen, write that down. You say, I don't have a goal. Well, make that your goal. You want to bring as many people to Jesus as you can. Okay, so listen, every day I want you to pray. Get a list down. Get on the phone. Send text messages out. Tell people I'll come and pick you up. Whatever you have to do. Go to many services. But bring them in for this Good Friday.